it has to be in this form. Let me just pause for a moment. Suppose I gave you this. Could I use the quadratic formula here? Not yet. Just like we do with factoring, right? It has to fit a certain form. I need to move the 5 over so that I have a what on this side?
Zero.
It has to be a 0. We need a 0 here. So, I do this. X squared plus x minus 5 equals 0. If I had the x on this side, whatever, before I use the quadratic formula, you have to move all the terms and write this in standard form, starting with the highest power of x, going down in powers of x. So once you have written the quadratic in standard form, then I'm going to ask you, what's the value of a?
1.
What's the value of b? No.
1.
b is 1, is the number in front of the x. And what's the value of c?
-5.
Negative 5. There you go. So now, please go ahead and use the quadratic formula with these values right here. I'm going to write the parentheses so you can fill them in. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 ac. Notice that the square root goes all the way over to the c, the value of c. It has to include it all over 2a. Sorry about that. Let's plug in the values. We don't want to be. You're not going to get a nice answer this time, like a 5 or a 1/3. You're going to have a radical there. Let me just finish this up with you. Negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4
1.
ac all over 2a. That's what it should look like. Then we simplify this expression, and this is what we get. Negative 1 plus or minus the square root of something over 2.
That's not a negative 5 right there?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Thank you. This should be a negative 5. Otherwise, we will run into problems. Yes. If I didn't have this here, you would have a negative number here, and that would give us no real solution. So here we have, now try that. Put that in your calculator, because this is where students mess up. Not in my mistake of leaving the negative out, but even when you write it, that you cannot do this correctly. That's where your biggest problem is going to be. Getting the number that should go in here. 21 is the answer. So try it one more time until you're able to get that 21 out of these numbers in here.
1 plus 20.
21. Now, is the square root of 21 a nice number?
No.
You punch it in, it'll give you a decimal, right? 4 point something, but it'll fill your screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you write your answer in this case. When that number is not nice, like it is right here, we just split it up right now. At this point, I'm going to say my two x's are negative 1 plus the square root of 21 over 2, or x is equal to negative 1 minus the square root of 21
to -4
over 2.
times
These
4.
are my exact answers. And if I ask for exact answers, this is what you give me. Now, if I ask for approximate answers,
times the -5.
do you know how to punch this in your calculator? Try that now. Try doing negative 1 plus the square root of 21. Get an answer for that. It equals. Once you've done the numerator, then divide by 2. This should give you something close to 1.7, 1 point something here.
1.29?
For this one,
Yeah.
1.29?
Yeah.
What about the bottom one?
Can't leave them like that?
Yeah, for exact answers, yes. If I say exact, but if I say, give me your answer to the nearest 100, then you need to know how to punch that in. So you need to know both the exact and the approximation. I'm just waiting for someone to give me negative 1.
3.29? Yeah.
Negative. Negative 3.29?
Yeah.
I buy that. And that's what you need to know. So when you get to section 4.7, activity 4.7, you'll realize there is no questions in the activity, there's just the exercises. Please do those. You need the practice. Do the exercises in activity 4.7.